let me ask this. If I'm a business out there listening to this, cybersecurity has been a topic we've talked about many times in the past. And there's obviously, we've gone over like just in IoT, what are the vulnerabilities you need to be thinking about and so forth. But it doesn't always seem to me, and I'm sure there's a case similar to your experience, that companies don't always really understand the risks that are present or potentially become present when they adopt an IoT solution. So if you were to kind of be talking to a company, what is it that you not only recommend that they be thinking about and planning for, but also just like generally from what's happening in the space or how you see people come to you and address this, what are they missing?
Yeah, great. This is spot on. This is really the challenge that everybody's got when you're trying to explain this is where devices are going. Why should anyone make a change when using the older systems, which and they're easily available, when they seem to work? Why should anyone care? And when I talk to a lot of companies, that's the headspace they're in. They're worried about their product. They're worried about the thing they're building. And why should I take on this extra worry? Or put it another way, security just feels like it's a cost. It doesn't add a feature to my product. It just raises the cost. So companies are going to be a little slower to wrap their heads around the risks that they take. And you really have to use that word. It's just about risk management. The governments are already there. The governments are already there from a military perspective, and they're already there from a society risk perspective. So the first thing I would tell you is to tell everyone is to go look at the European Cyber Resilience Act. What they are doing is they are legislating if your product has a software flaw in it and you cause damage, you cause someone to die, then your board is liable. Right. So they're changing the rules around what it means to be liable for software. In the US, typically, if you build a piece of hardware and it fails, your company's liable. And then software gets its free pass. Software, we don't understand software. If a software error happens and a car crashes, it's, no one's fault. That is changing. The governments are changing the rules to say, no, software faults should be treated like hardware faults. How come the software people get a free pass? And that means that companies have to start thinking about the risk that they have. Can they buy insurance? Can they mitigate those risks? How do they contain the risks on the products that they build, including software, just like they've had to do in the past with warranties on the hardware? Right. This is a reset in thinking that they have to go to.